The screen is dark. Then, the sound of boots hitting the wooden floor. A familiar voice calls out. Suddenly, a figure appears, but the camera keeps it faceless. Everyone freezes. Ty! Alive again? The air is thick with shock, relief, and disbelief. Hearts race as fans watching from their screens feel the same mix of hope and fear. After months of wondering, praying, and hoping, the impossible has happened. Ty is back. But how did he survive? And what does this mean for Heartland's family? The camera pans slowly across the farmhouse. Doors are open, wind rustles through the trees, and the familiar Heartland setting feels calm, almost too calm. Suddenly, the tranquility is broken by a loud thud boots on the porch. The family inside freezes. Amy's hands tremble as she walks toward the door, her eyes wide with disbelief. She can't believe what she's seeing. Slowly, a figure steps into the frame. The camera keeps the face hidden, focusing instead on the way the body moves, the hands, the shoulders. Fans watching instantly recognize that familiar posture. Ty. Alive, breathing, standing where he shouldn't be. Jack's reaction is immediate. He stops in the kitchen, fork halfway to his mouth, eyes locked on the figure. Georgie drops a cup, the sound shattering the tense silence, but no one seems to notice. Tim and Lou exchange a look that says everything: relief, shock, joy, and disbelief all at once. Every movement, every subtle gesture is magnified in that moment. Ty's presence changes the atmosphere instantly. The room feels heavier with emotion, as if all the tension from the past months has suddenly been released in one shocking heartbeat. Even without showing faces, the intensity is felt. The camera focuses on Amy's hands gripping the doorway, Jack's frozen stance, and Ty's steady, cautious steps. Each frame tells a story. The audience is drawn in, imagining the emotions on their faces. The voiceover adds tension. After months of worry and fear, Ty is finally back. The family can barely believe it, but the relief is overwhelming. This moment, it's the heart of Heartland itself. As Ty moves further into the house, the sound of his boots becomes almost rhythmic, like a heartbeat that has returned after being lost. Amy finally gathers the courage to speak, her voice trembling but firm. She calls his name. Ty stops, still faceless to the camera, and the pause stretches long enough to make fans hold their breath. This moment isn't just about Ty returning physically, it's about the love, the bond, and the raw emotion that defines this family. The camera lingers on the tension, building suspense before the emotional reunion explodes in the next section. The air inside the farmhouse feels electric, heavy with disbelief and emotion. Everyone is frozen for a few seconds, trying to process the impossible. Ty. Alive? Amy leans against the doorframe, her chest rising and falling faster than normal, her hands gripping the wood as though it could anchor her to reality. She doesn't move forward immediately. Instead, her eyes track his every step. Jack, normally quick to act, freezes completely, his jaw tight, his hands clenched at his sides. Even Georgie, usually the most practical, can't hide the tremor in her voice as she whispers, "Is that really him?" The camera glides over each family member, capturing their reactions without showing faces, shaking hands, tapping feet, a sudden gulp, or a quiet, unsteady sigh. Lou leans on the counter, eyes wide, holding back tears she doesn't even try to hide. Tim's shoulders slump in relief, and for a brief moment, the weight of worry from months past seems to lift from the room. Every silent glance, every small gesture speaks louder than words. The family's emotions are raw, tangled, and real. The audience can feel it, even without a single close-up face shot. Then comes the first hesitant movement. Amy steps forward slowly, each foot a careful negotiation between disbelief and hope. Ty, still faceless to the camera, mirrors her movement. The tension builds as the distance between them closes, the silence filled with everything left unsaid. The background music swells softly, not overwhelming but perfectly accentuating the moment. The sound of a chair sliding, a deep inhale, a trembling hand reaching out, all small but significant details that show the family's reaction. The camera cuts to subtle signs of joy: Jack wiping a hand across his forehead, Georgie covering her mouth to stifle a sob, Lou resting her head on the counter for a heartbeat of relief. Ty finally stops, and a faint nod, almost imperceptible, passes between him and Amy. It's an acknowledgement of survival, of love, of relief. The voiceover gently carries the emotion. This is the moment every Heartland fan has been waiting for. Months of fear, pain, and longing come to a head in one simple, powerful scene. The family doesn't need words. Every glance, every movement says it all, even as the camera pans across the room, focusing on hands, shadows, and movement. The depth of emotion is undeniable. The audience feels the shock, the joy, the overwhelming relief that comes with Ty being home. It's a reaction that fans will remember, not because of dialogue, but because of the humanity captured in every small gesture. This scene sets the tone for everything that follows, proving once again that Heartland isn't just about events, it's about the unbreakable bonds that hold this family together. Even in the face of the impossible, the room grows quieter as the rest of the family drifts away, giving Ty and Amy a moment that feels suspended in time. The camera keeps faces hidden, showing only shadows, hands, and small gestures, the way Amy's fingers fidget with the edge of her sleeve, or Ty's hands clench at his sides before loosening slowly. Every movement carries weight. Silence stretches, but it isn't uncomfortable. It's heavy with anticipation, a space where every unspoken thought and feeling hangs in the air. Amy finally speaks, her voice trembling but steady enough to cut through the quiet. I thought I lost you. The words are simple, yet they echo with months of fear, worry, and unvoiced pain. Ty shifts slightly, the camera capturing just his shoulders and hands, the small sigh that speaks louder than words ever could. I wasn't ready to leave. Not yet, he responds softly. There's a pause, long enough for the audience to feel the weight of every second, every unshed tear, every memory of the struggle he survived. The tension between them is palpable. Amy steps closer, her hand reaching out but stopping just short. Ty mirrors her motion, a silent dance of vulnerability and trust. The camera lingers on the small space between them, emphasizing how much was lost and how much is fragilely returning. Voiceover guides the emotion. In this moment, it's not about words, it's about everything left unsaid. Months of fear, guilt, and love spill into the silence, binding them in a way only Heartland can show. Then comes the raw honesty. Amy's voice cracks slightly. I was so scared. I didn't know how I'd keep going if something happened to you. Ty's hands finally unclench, reaching out to cover hers, a small but powerful gesture. I know, he whispers. I'm here now, and I'm not going anywhere. The camera shifts subtly to show their hands pressed together, the only visual proof of the bond that no absence, no danger could break. Even without showing faces, the emotion is undeniable: hope, love, vulnerability, and the quiet strength of two people who survived the worst. The background music rises gently, but not overpowering, as the camera pans to subtle symbols. A cup on the table left untouched, the light streaming in through the window, the wind moving the curtains. Each detail mirrors the fragility and beauty of the moment. The voiceover closes the section with this reflection: this is more than a reunion. It's trust rebuilt, hearts mended, and a reminder that even in the darkest times, love finds its way home. And for Amy and Ty, this conversation isn't just words, it's survival. It's hope. It's everything fans have been waiting to see. The screen shifts, leaving the farmhouse behind, and now the focus is on the fans, the heartbeat of Heartland itself. Even without showing faces, the camera captures the essence of their emotions. Hands covering mouths, fists clenching in disbelief, tears slowly rolling down cheeks. On social media, notifications explode. Tweets flash across the screen. Ty's back. I can't breathe. Amy's reaction broke me. I'm crying happy tears. This show knows my soul. Each message, each comment becomes part of the story, showing just how deeply the audience feels the family's emotions. The voiceover draws the viewer in. Months of worry, fear, and speculation are finally over. Fans everywhere are holding their breath, celebrating, crying, and reliving every moment alongside the Heartland family. For some, it's the relief of knowing Ty survived. For others, it's the raw emotion between Amy and him that hits right in the heart. And for all, it's the joy of witnessing love and resilience triumph after hardship. The camera pans to subtle visuals, a fan's hand pressing against a phone screen, emojis flooding across a tablet, comments rapidly appearing on a live stream. Even the smallest gestures, someone hugging a pillow, a quiet sob, a shaky exhale, mirror the intensity of what's happening on screen. It's a shared experience, a global heartbeat connecting viewers with the fictional family they've loved for years. The faceless presentation works perfectly here. Emotion is universal, and it doesn't need a face to be understood. Then comes the emotional crescendo. The voiceover emphasizes the impact. This isn't just a reunion on screen, it's a reunion in every living room, every phone, every Heartland fan's heart. The silence after the initial shock is filled with unspoken connection. Fans can feel the relief, the hope, and the love as though they were standing right there in the farmhouse, watching the family breathe again. Ty's return is more than a plot twist, it's a moment that reminds us why we fall in love with these characters and their world year after year. The section closes with subtle animations, hearts floating across the screen, tear emojis, small bursts of celebratory confetti. The voiceover wraps it up. For fans, this is not just an episode, it's a catharsis, a moment of pure emotional release, and proof that even in times of fear, love, family, and hope endure. And as Ty takes his place back in the family, every fan watching knows they've been part of this journey, feeling every heartbeat, every tear, every sigh along the way. The camera lingers on the farmhouse as evening settles, the golden light spilling through the windows, casting long shadows across the floor. The family moves quietly now, still processing, still savoring Ty's return. The silence is not empty, it hums with relief, gratitude, and the unspoken love that binds them. The audience feels this deeply, even without seeing faces, because the emotion is painted in every gesture. Amy's hand lingering on Ty's arm, Jack adjusting a chair nervously, Georgie quietly wiping away tears. Each small movement tells the story of a family holding itself together after months of fear. The voiceover softens, almost reverently. Ty's return is more than just a reunion, it's a reminder that life can bring fear, loss, and uncertainty. But family, love, and hope are stronger than any obstacle. For Heartland fans, it's a mirror of their own struggles, their own moments of waiting and wondering. And it's proof that the heart never gives up, even when the world seems to. The camera shifts subtly, showing objects that hold meaning. A coffee cup left on the counter, a horse grazing quietly outside, the farmhouse lights flickering gently. These small details evoke nostalgia and continuity, tying the present moment to the past seasons. The voiceover continues. Every glance, every breath, every subtle touch between Ty and Amy tells a story of survival, resilience, and unbreakable bonds. It reminds us why we return to Heartland time and again, to witness not just stories, but emotions so real that they linger long after the episode ends. Fan reactions appear again, seamlessly blending into the scene, soft animations of hearts, tear emojis, and text messages. The audience sees the shared experience, the connection across screens, the collective sighs and smiles of thousands of viewers. Ty's return, the voiceover concludes, doesn't just change the lives inside the farmhouse, it touches the lives of everyone watching. It's a moment of catharsis, a celebration of hope, and a reminder that love, in all its quiet strength, always finds a way home. The section fades with soft music, warm lighting, and the camera slowly pulling back from the farmhouse into the twilight. The last words resonate like a gentle whisper. Heartland Season 20 has begun, and if the first episode teaches us anything, it's this: no matter how dark the night, love will always bring the dawn. The screen shifts again, this time blending the world of Heartland with the world of its fans. Even faceless, the connection is palpable. Hands clutching phones, thumbs scrolling rapidly through reactions, Faint gasps and quiet cheers echoing in living rooms across the world. Tweets, TikTok clips, and Instagram posts appear in motion, each overlay showing fans' raw, unfiltered emotions. I screamed. I didn't think he'd make it. Amy and Ty's hug broke me. Heartland always knows how to hit the heart. It's a digital chorus of joy, relief, and awe, mirroring the emotional weight inside the farmhouse. The voiceover draws viewers closer. Ty's return isn't just a plot twist, it's a moment that ripples through the entire Heartland community. Months of fear, longing, and hope culminate in a single heartbeat. And fans everywhere are feeling it. In every gasp, every tear, every quiet smile, the camera cuts to symbolic, faceless visuals. A fan slowly hugging a pillow, hands hovering over a keyboard typing reactions, a coffee cup trembling with emotion. Each small, ordinary action becomes extraordinary because it reflects the collective experience. The voiceover adds, "This is what Heartland does best. It transforms screens into living rooms, stories into shared emotions, and characters into family." Ty's survival, Amy's relief, the family's joy, they're not just scenes. They're mirrors of our own hearts. Then comes a subtle hint of suspense. The camera pans back to the farmhouse at twilight. Shadows stretch, the wind rustles the trees, and the faint sound of a distant horse echoes. The voiceover leans into intrigue, but even as hearts mend and fans celebrate, questions remain. What challenges will Ty face now? How will the family adjust to this second chance? Heartland Season 20 has just begun, and every heartbeat, every tear, every choice matters more than ever. Finally, interactive text appears on screen, encouraging engagement without breaking immersion. What did you feel watching Ty's return? Comment below your reaction. Small animations of hearts, tears, and farm symbols float across the screen, tying fans' emotions back into the story. The voiceover closes the section softly but powerfully. Heartland reminds us that life isn't just about what happens, it's about who you share it with. And Ty's journey back home proves that love, family, and hope always find a way. The screen slowly fades to the twilight of the Heartland farm, leaving the audience with lingering emotion and curiosity for the next episode. The twilight deepens over Heartland, the farmhouse glowing softly against the fading light. The camera slowly pulls back, showing the vast fields, the horses grazing, and the gentle sway of trees in the wind. The atmosphere is calm, but it's charged with the weight of everything that's just happened. Ty is back. The family is whole again. And yet the story isn't over. The beauty of Heartland is in the quiet moments, the ones that leave you thinking, feeling, and reflecting long after the screen goes dark. The voiceover begins with warmth and emotion. Ty's return marks the start of a new chapter, one filled with love, second chances, and the small, powerful moments that make Heartland unforgettable. The family has survived fear, endured uncertainty, and now stands stronger than ever. And fans, you've been part of it all. The camera lingers on subtle, faceless details. Amy's hand on Ty's arm, Jack adjusting a saddle, a breeze moving through the porch curtains. Every movement tells the audience that life continues, that the story grows richer, and that love and family remain the heart of it all. The video then gently transitions to fan engagement. Without breaking immersion, soft animations of hearts, emojis, and comments float across the screen. The voiceover continues. What was your favorite moment? Did Ty's survival take your breath away? Share your reactions, your favorite scenes, and your thoughts about what comes next. Heartland is more than a show, it's a journey we all take together. This encourages viewers to comment, like, and stay connected to the channel while keeping the emotional resonance intact. Finally, the section ends on a subtle cliffhanger, keeping anticipation high. Season 20 has only just begun. New challenges, new heartaches, and new joys await this family we've come to love. Stay with us as we follow every twist, every tear, and every heartbeat of Heartland. Because in this world, love always finds its way home. And the story is far from over. The screen slowly fades to black, leaving viewers with lingering emotion, a sense of closure, and excitement for the next episode. A final text overlay appears. Subscribe to join the Heartland journey. Comment your reaction below. The soft, emotional background music carries the last notes, tying the entire video together with warmth, nostalgia, and anticipation.